a busy day, but then also a rainy day. We are coming your way from the Ladade-Kotopong constituency for Community Watch this week. My name is Nioboda Itogba Sean, together with
Rosemary Koko Anyigba.
We are with the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Ladade-Kotopong constituency. She is embarking on the monitoring exercise of the ongoing Beach Road project, which is being constructed all the way from Nungwa through Teshi, La, Osu towards Accra Central. And she has a concern, yes. She feels that it's a laudable initiative, but there is a concern. Rosie?
Well, this road construction is indeed a positive initiative as it will help address the vehicular traffic here. The road connects to different communities, neighborhoods.
From here you can get to Accra Central, you can get to 37, you can get to Circle, you can get to Chado, Manex, Pintex, towards Medina.
So you see how important this road is, and also this particular place is known to be a flood-prone area for which if drainage networks are not being constructed properly, it will go a long way to affect people in this particular community and neighboring communities around. It is on this background that the Honorable has come around to inspect the project and to share her concerns.
So let's proceed and start a conversation with Honorable Rita Odole Soa. We shall later on in the program meet up with one of the key persons involved in the project, so we get some responses as to how the drainage network and other concerns coming up could adequately be addressed. This is Community Watch.
Well, the project is a rehabilitation of the road from Independence Square through Labadi, Teshi, Nungwa to Tema. Originally, in some sections of the road, it's 2-lane, 1 carriageway. Some sections we have dual carriageway. But presently, we are turning them all into 2-lane, 3-lane, dual carriageway, all the way to Tema. And in some sections, we are going to have service roads in addition. This is what we are doing now. We are presently about 60% completion. We're supposed to finish early next year. And we are working very hard to be able to finish early next year. The surfacing, as you have seen, is going to be asphalt. And then we shall have road signs for safety purposes and the road line marking, street lights as well.
Honorable, what's the core concern?
Thank you very much. As we can see, we are all on the La Beach Road, close to the Kweshi Lagoon. And the main concern is that they have to construct a drain on the side of the road. As we can see, they are constructing curbs and have not constructed the drain. And like I said earlier, from my layman point of view, if they are now going to construct the drain, where are the trucks going to pass? And are they going to destroy these curbs and again waste the money or the resources of the people and then come back to fix this curb? And so this is a major concern. And as we can see right behind us, I don't know what is going to happen there, but we can see that even with this small rains, the place is getting flooded. There's a stagnation of water, like you rightly said. And so this is something that they have to work on before they continue with the curbs. And if we walk further ahead, you realize that it is more serious than we are seeing here. So they need to construct the drain before they continue with this one. Otherwise, it's going to be a total waste of the people's resources.
Okay, so for Honorable MP, if it must be done,
it must be done well. And now.
And the stretch she's talking about is the one from Teshi towards La and Osu. She's a member of parliament for the Ladade-Kotopong constituency. So the focus today is on the La stretch. where she has observed that the drainage network, which ought to be constructed, isn't being done. So it's a monitoring exercise. Join us as we move on to assess the situation ahead.
Where we are standing currently, we can see that there's a big drain here, that we call it a storm drain. And so it carries the water from T Junction into this one and then into the lagoon. But as we can see now, when we move further ahead, you realize that drain is not being constructed. And even T Junction gets flooded all the time. And so if this one is not done very well, you realize that there's going to be total disaster. And it's going to cause a lot of damage for the people.
So earlier you made an observation.
Yes.
This storm drain, I'm sure, was constructed many years back.
Many years ago.
I am not an engineer, but when you look at the new one that has been constructed across from the street here, it looks very narrow. So if many years back this was constructed and it's very wide, and the other one is very narrow, I wonder the volume of water that it could take when there is heavy rains or a downpour.
Normally when there's heavy rains or downpour, this thing gets full. And so imagine that one there. What water can it carry? It cannot. So they are filling up the place. And if they are filling up the place, what shows that they are going to do the right thing? Because per the engineer's language, water is going to flow from the road through, they'll create space for the water to go into the drain. But as we can see now, but we are praying and hoping that the engineer will tell us something better, because I don't think what's going on is the best for us. So we'll move on and then we'll see the main area where the work or the damage, if I should put it, is being caused. As we can see, they are filling up this place because of the bus stop to make sure that they dress up the place. So we are hoping to see that if the engineers come on site and we are able to talk to them, they will explain to us why this is being done when roadworks has not been really completed or the drainage problems have not been properly solved.
Sighted a shed where there were a number of men seated having a conversation. We've come closer to them and they have a view to share about the ongoing project. Hello, welcome to Metro TV's Community Watch.
Thank you. I'm Jacob Lamte. Actually, the project is, moving well, but it's like our place here, the problem we have is when it rains, the water overflow to the road, on the top of the road. So what we are deciding is, it seems like the bridge under is choked. So for our suggestion, we think if it can be raised up so that the water can flow to avoid the overflow.
So we are in front of the Revival Outreach Church in La, and we've gone past the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Honorable Member of Parliament for the Ladade-Kotopong constituency has made an observation which she would explain to you briefly. Honorable.
Thank you very much. This is where some of our issues start. Currently, like he said, we are at the Revival Outreach Church, La, right opposite the famous La Beach Towers, which stands there. And that's another issue to talk about another day. As we stand here, you can see that the church here have constructed a drain and have covered it nicely. And then there's a culvert right by it. And there's a complete disconnect between the culvert and then the drain that the church has constructed. And so I want to draw the attention of the engineers to take a look at it to make sure that the proper engineering works are carried out.
We are now at the La Township. Earlier on, we were at the outskirts. I have with me some of the residents to share their concerns. Let's listen to them.
Behind the other side of the road, by the seaside, they are constructing the gutters there. But this side, where people are living, where we are living, there's no gutters there. And we have complained about the gutters a couple of years since we started voting, since from 1992 up to date. The gutters are not yet constructed. And for the look of things, when there is a rainfall, all the drains are compiled in entrance of our house, which we cannot get anywhere to go. Either we go out or we are coming out. We don't have any access to our house. So we are pleading to the government that they should do something about it.
Looking at this area, you can realize that they should have done the drains before putting the curbs on the road. Because immediately you put the curbs there, then you are completing the works. And as we are here now, we realize that with the little rain that came, the whole road is flooded. And now there's no way for the water to go. So they had to come and break the curbs. And that is one thing I'm complaining about, that if you put the curbs there, then if you are coming to do the drains, then you have to break the curbs. And we are all witnesses to it. They had to break the curbs before the water could flow. And even where is the water going to? The water has been centered into somebody's compound because there isn't a drain. Because if there is a drain, the water would have gone into the drain. And so this is what I'm talking about, and we have all come to see it. And we need to talk about it. We need to draw the attention of the engineers. We need to draw the attention of the Minister for Roads. I have filed a question in Parliament, but the question will come when we resume in October. And if we are going to wait till October to get these things done, then by the time we resume, everything has been completed and nothing can be done about it. So at this point, I'm calling on the Minister for Roads and I'm calling on the engineer on site that they need to step up their game. Because as we can see, I don't know whether this is one district, one dam we see here, because all the water has entered into somebody's compound. And I don't think that is what we want. From this stretch to Traditional Council towards the Sajajete area, there are no drains and there are no indications that they are going to construct the drains there. And we, the people of Ladade-Kotopong, we are calling upon them. We are not the only users of the road, but the end results come onto the people in this community, because if there's a downpour, the water goes into their homes. And the road users too, they are also equally affected. And so we are calling on them that they need to do the right thing, because they are using the taxpayers' money. In as much as the government has gone for a loan to do this construction work, calling it the year of roads, then the money has to be used wisely, because at the end of the day, we as a people, we are going to pay for those loans. And if they are going to do shoddy works 2 years down the line, and even this is not a year old, and see what we are witnessing here today. And so the engineers need to step up their game. I went to them, they showed me the drawings indicating that they will construct the drains. But as we see,
earlier I spoke to one of the engineers and he gave an indication that the drain will be constructed. So you must be rest assured that the project is ongoing. Maybe, just maybe, by the time it finishes, the drain would have been constructed. Shouldn't that be the case, Honorable?
We are expecting that. And so for me, as a lay person, I don't think curbs should have been done before drains should be constructed, because we can see that they just broke some of the curbs, and that is a waste of resources. And so we are keeping our fingers crossed to see, and maybe if they have forgotten that they have to construct the drains, we are drawing their attention to the fact that they need to construct the drains so that these things that the water is entering into people's house. We have a person with disability there. How can he come out of his house with this water that has been gathered in front of his house? And so it is my appeal. The residents are crying. They are my people, they are my constituents, and so their concern is my concern as a member of parliament, because they elected me to lead them, and whatever issues they have, I have to take it back to the government or take it back to parliament. And so today, as part of my core responsibilities as member of parliament, we are monitoring the works, and so far what we have witnessed is not the best. When you look across the road on the beach side, the drain they have constructed there is too narrow, and I don't think this is what we paid for or this is what we bargained for. I don't want to say that they are not treating the Adekotopon well, because when you look at the La General Hospital, they pulled everything down. We look at the trade fair, everything is done. And the roads they are constructing, they are not constructing the La Adekotopon part of it well. And so the government has to come clean, because the people of the Adekotopon are asking questions why the government is treating them like this. And we need answers. So I believe that if this road work is done well, the people of the Adekotopon will know that government is thinking of them.
The stretch of road, or the point where the drain isn't yet constructed, is the point from the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel towards Osu, or towards the La General Hospital end. So not the other side from, let's say, the La General Hospital towards Teshin, but from Teshin towards Osu or towards Accra Central. Probably because you are a member of the largest opposition party, the NDC, and so you are not perhaps appreciating what government is doing. You are an opposition MP.
Yeah, I really appreciate the year of roads. But if you say the year of roads, the roads have to be constructed well. I'm not saying government is not doing anything, but the roads have to be constructed well. The La General Hospital has to be constructed. The trade fair has to be constructed. And so it's not that I'm a member of the largest opposition party. I'm an NDC member, but I'm a member of parliament for the people of La Adekotopon, NDC, MPP, and all other political parties alike. And so I'm their member of parliament. For Christ's sake, I am their representative in parliament, the parliament of the Republic of Ghana. And so as we speak, I'm speaking as the member of parliament for the Adekotopon. And so all I'm saying is that the engineers, the president is over there. He has appointed the Minister of Roads, and the Minister of Roads they have awarded the contract to a company, and then there's an engineer on site. And as we speak, all these issues that I've raised them with the engineer. And he keeps giving me the assurance. But when I look at the pace of work, the way the work is going, it's likely they will not do these things. That is why it is good that people raise their concern to me as their member of parliament. And I'm also monitoring to make sure that whatever concerns they raised, they are the true reflection of what is on the ground.
Aso Jonas Asante mbeke na fi ogbe tibida me fi ogbe saniku ya me fi wo hin na me fi gbe ese onumishi wo jumbo e de bi ale ani no le je po aba wo shi ami onumishi o yin o mi to ni akebe ni fi ogbe ko la ka ma wi o ye pi mu mi onumishi ye pi mu mi la se mi ngbe ma
ko ba lu atabi ene ka bi anton no e bala ga ji wo gla ko le bu e ngbe to re ba mo ma pele e ji fe mi Oluji. Ejive mi. O kana go emergency e. Be kana go ba no fe. Me ni fi Chinese bi e fe. Mo ra yan fe gbo Yorùbá. Agba ko tan na fi ogbe. Ko nye fe. Ne kan fi ogbe. Ne kan afi ogbe lo. Nye slope gbe fe ka ba mo ko si ami. Chinese channel ne kan gbe o lo. Afi ona kan. E ma mi lo. Nye mami kana mami ogwe ba finje fo wa ambo na wa ala ba lo nu e wo si anye ameka pompi machine aba amba so nu e fe
On the last stretch, residents are raising concerns that a section is without a drain being constructed, which they fear may bring about floods within their neighborhood. How come, if it's indeed the case?
The residents don't know what is in the project. They don't know what is going on in the project, what is in the scope of works to be done. The MC, we've been to his office, we have briefed him. The Traditional Council, we've been there, we briefed them about twice. The MP has been here twice, we have briefed her. We're even going to have a walkthrough with her and the Traditional Council. They're supposed to fix the time and let us know, the day and time, and let us know. We'll go through with them to let them know we're going to have the drains, we are going to have bus stops. Work is still in progress. We have not finished. And anybody who tells you that you are not going to do any drain anywhere is not aware of what is in the project, the details of the project. On both sides of the road, we are going to have drains. On the left-hand side, that is coming from La, it's a trapezoidal drain that is there presently. Parts of it have deteriorated. We are going to improve upon it and take the drain all the way from Maladada all the way to Giffard Junction. Even beyond that, going to the Laborde Junction, we're also going to have a drain there. Both sides are going to have drains. So those of them who are not aware, they should be reassured that we are going to have drains on both sides of the road. Because if there's no drainage, then the road will not last long. You know, road doesn't like runoff to just flow by the side. It must go into a channel that will take it away from the road. So we are doing drains on both sides of the road to take all the runoff, surface runoff, away from the road.
So your words should be reassuring and not for the cameras, just so they know that it will be happening. But in the end, then...
If you were not so, why would I tell you that? Then you come back and ask me, why didn't you do the drain? Okay? At the end of it, when you're handing over, you're going to ask me, why didn't you do a drain? The drains are going to be built. Just about 2 days ago, we were discussing the type of concrete, the type of thicknesses that we are going to use for the trapezoidal drain that is there. Okay? And I'm sure contractor is now preparing to come and start the drains on the left-hand side. They should be reassured that those things will be done. And because it's a bit way off from the side of the road, that is why people think that it has not been done. But then if you see the slots on the curbs that you have done, there are curbs that have been mounted on the roadside. There are slots in there. There's slots is to allow water to run from the road and go to the side. And we're going to put pipes to collect the runoff from the road and channel it into the trapezoidal drain that was going to be built. So to be done.
Okay, because the observation made was that since the curbs, since they've been constructed, it means that the construction is coming to an end without the drains. And there was an observation where some of the workers were draining water from the streets.
So you expect those things to happen. When the rain subside, they'll close it up, do the necessary pavement build up, and then your drains will be done. They want to see the drawings, they can come and see the drawings here. All the drawings are here. Where the drains are going to be built, you can see it from here. And we're not doing this work alone. We are doing with urban roads. Okay? It's in their interest, because they are there all the time. Their interest to see that the drains are properly done. And they are here with us, so they'll be rest assured.
Because you mentioned the project will be completed somewhere next year, early next year. Are you able to tell at what point in time the drain construction, particularly at the last stretch, will take off?
I'm believing that within this week, or latest next week, they will start. We have discussed with them already. Because of the rains, that is why probably they have delayed a little bit. Otherwise, they will start either this week or next week, they will start. Drainage engineers have done their calculation. And these are the sizes that they have come out with. Though, mind you, they are draining the water from the road. Okay? If you look at the terrain around the road, they all fall off from the road. So water from the terrain will not come onto the road. Only water from community that run into the road and to all be collected into these drains. And don't forget that when the rain falls, it doesn't fall at one place and collects at one place and comes down. As it's falling, the runoff will be running into the Kpeshi. The problem with the area is that the Kpeshi Lagoon, the sand beach there is full. So occasionally they need to go and dredge it so that the runoff that goes to the Kpeshi can run into the sea. Otherwise, it will be like a pond. It will be like a pond, and as soon as it rains, it collects the pond and the level rises up and flows backwards. So occasionally, we need to get Ghana Water and Hydro to come and dredge the lagoon so that all the runoff can flow easily into the sea.
Right, so we end today's edition of Community Watch right here. You've heard from the Member of Parliament, Honorable Rita Na Odole Soa, and I saw the engineer who is key on this project. We shall continue to follow up and keep you updated. My name is Gabriel Niobodai Togbo Ashon, and I have done this together with
Rosemary Koko Anyingba and Joshua Tariado.
Our drone shots were duly captured by Rosemary Koko Anyingba. She's done a lot of work today on the ground and ably also supported by Joseph Frimpong, our audiovisual editor. So
if you have any challenge in your community, you can contact us via 024 1431 024 1431 Continue watching Community Watch. Bye-bye for now.